We're talking about the 1986 Crop Over Festival.
That's right. And the heart of it really is that year's Calypso Monarch competition. We're zeroing in on the winner, an artist known back then as Johnny Mawboy.
So the idea here is to really sort of unpack this victory. What does this win in 86 tell us? Not just about him, as an emerging artist, but maybe about Calypso itself.
Exactly.
So the scene is 1986. A new champion steps up.
And as the material points out, this is someone whose name, his whole public persona, actually changes quite a bit later on. So it's a really interesting place to start.
Okay, let's get right into it then. Johnny Mawboy wins the crown in 86. What were the songs? What actually got him that win?
Well, the winning performance hinged on two songs. Tribute to the Skipper and Congratulations.
Okay, Tribute to the Skipper. Okay, that phrase, especially in 1986 Barbados, it sort of jumps out, doesn't it?
It really does.
Who are we thinking the Skipper is referring to?
Well, given that timing, it's almost certainly Errol Barrow.
Ah, okay.
He was widely known by that nickname, the Skipper. And crucially, 1986 was the year his party, the Democratic Labour Party, came back into power after, years out of government.
Right. And he's the independence leader, too, from 66.
Absolutely. A hugely significant figure. So this wasn't just some general praise for leadership.
That sounds very specific.
Yeah, the song was likely tied directly to that massive political shift happening right then, his return.
Okay, so how does that fit into, what Calypso does? Because often you think of critique, right?
Precisely. And that's what's so interesting. Calypso is, at its core, deeply tied to public life, politics included. Often, yes, it's sharp commentary, critique, but Tribute to the Skipper shows it can also acknowledge, maybe even, celebrate leadership it sees as positive. It can do that while still being commentary.
So it's got layers. It's not just one thing.
Not at all.
Okay, so that's Tribute to the Skipper. What about the other one, Congratulations?
Well, that song seems to have kind of carried on that more, let's say, positive or affirmative theme.
Okay.
It likely focused on celebrating success, maybe personal achievements, community wins, perhaps even national progress.
A former slave ship under the Union Jack Barbados sailed, but trip after trip, exploitation still prevailed. 37 riots were heard to prove that slavery done, and then they came a skipper back there in 61 who freely taught his crew and fed the little ones too. Intent to break every chain, he set out to sea again. All hands on deck, hail the skipper elect. All hands on deck, you got to show the skipper respect. He took over when the bridge was down. He took over bridge down on a smooth voyage. He took over the bridge, took over the bridge. Skipper took over the bridge, took over the bridge. We know you could get it managed. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Under the Union Jack all the while, he charted her course with joy. For independence I, suddenly the shout came land ahoy. Oh well, we will remember just how we disembarked. In 66 November, he set up a great landmark, and the Union Jack down it went. Uprose the broken trident, and catching the rising tide, sail with industry and pride. All hands on deck, hail the skipper elect. All hands on deck, you got to show the skipper respect. He took over when the bridge was down. He took over bridge down on a smooth voyage. He took over the bridge, took over the bridge. Skipper took over the bridge, took over the bridge. We know you could get it managed. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How his tired sailors did toil as his third voyage he did sail, but There came a crisis in oil, and it began to blow a gale. He avoided mutiny with his able-bodied men facing the fussy scrutiny. He came to a voyagers and without bloodshed or stabbing, they call Uncle Tom from his cabin. Yes, the skipper was overwhelmed. Uncle Tom took up the helm. All hands on deck. I say, hail the skipper elect. All hands on deck. You got to show the skipper respect. He took over when the bridge was down. He took over bridge down on a smooth voyage. He took over the bridge, took over the bridge. Skipper took over the bridge, took over the bridge. We know you could get it managed. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Uh-huh. At his third year at the rudder, Uncle Tom died sudden and strange, so they had to choose another. And there came a breeze of change with a boatswain that Tony could brag. He struggled on with the task, flying the blue and gold flag. But for too long at half-mast, when he presented his captain's log, he awoke the old sea dog. And as the voyage near the end, the crew called the old sea dog again. All hands on deck. Hail the skipper elect. All hands on deck. You got to show the skipper respect. He took over when the bridge was down. He took over bridge down on a smooth voyage. He took over the bridge, took over the bridge. Skipper took over the bridge, took over the bridge. We know you could get